Hello everyone, and welcome to 404 Games Not Found. My name is Verlaine, and this is the Clay Soldiers Civilization project by the Thesneakybros. And yeah, we're back in the Clay Soldiers world. I'm gonna go into the first person, and that's this one. Bam! There we go. Right. What we're gonna do is we're gonna have a look around, and we're gonna talk about what I'm gonna be working on. And I'm not allowed to tell you when the Clay Soldiers project's returning. I'm not allowed to speak of that. That's for you to wait and see. Get excited. And yeah, so for now, we're going to talk about all the work that I've done on the Clay Soldiers project so far. Do a general recap, get you back up to speed. And then I'm going to tell you what I'm going to be working on in the near future and over the next couple of weeks. Ready for when stuff happens. So, the Orange Traders, this is my most recent project. You can see, obviously, it's still largely the same. We had a minor explosion over here, which knocked out most of the market stalls. And instead of rebuilding them all, what I've decided to do is pop in an open-air auction house, which kind of fits their lore. It's going to bring in more money than the bazaar and the market stalls and all the other stuff. So that's just a little open air auction house there. That's pretty much the only thing that's changed with the Orange Traders, apart from the fact that this is all hollow now under here. But they kept the tavern. This was the winning tavern. Fun fact: this is the one I built. Sorry, Ziklag, you lost out on the vote on that one by one vote. We counted. It was one vote. It was devastated. He was. Volcano, bam. Right. Okay. So the volcano got a little bit bigger. That was me as well. Originally I had a plan to have it stretching all the way up into the sky there, but basically what happened was it got about halfway up and I muffed it up and it looked a bit too bland. So what I did is I flattened it back out to about the same height it was before, made it wider, more lava, make it look a little bit more intimidating, make the reds a little bit more of a threat. So, speaking of the reds, let's go talk about the work I did on the reds. This was split between three of us, actually. Myself, Ziklag, and Europa did quite a lot of work on the reds, changed a lot. So we're going to go down and have a look, and I'll talk about some of the stuff that I did. A couple of the little few things that I've done. It's this way. There we go. Right. The reds, they're largely left unchanged. Obviously, they've all got these rooms now on the side, which Europa and Ziklag did. It was mostly Europa, I think. She did quite a lot of work on this. It's been mostly finished, but I can't really explain what's going on in these rooms because I don't properly know. What I did was these bridges, the pathways, the ground level. I built these houses and these little lava paths that go around here. And that's just basically my way of making this look more hell-themed, because that's the theme of this place, isn't it? It's nether, hell, fire, brimstone, death, you know, destruction, whatever. It's all the bad stuff and it's all in one place. Quite happy with how this one came out, and well, at least my part in it, so I hope you guys enjoyed that one. We're going to move on, because we've got a lot to get through before I talk about the bonus thing at the end, so let's carry on. Where should we go next? Let's have a look. Let's see. Skytown. Okay, so Skytown was probably the biggest project that I did. Before it was a couple of islands with a couple of little wooden houses on, and now they've got all these houses. They've got a massive temple, they've got a public bath, a watchtower, a castle guarded with extra additional watchtowers over there. We've got the observatory, which Up the Vale and Ziklag made together. I left that alone because I didn't want to ruin it. It's got a nice shot of the moon and stuff. It's pretty cool. But Skytown took a long time to build. Skytown took me about a month because it takes me a while to build things in Minecraft because I'm quite picky, and you can see there's a lot of clouds going on up here now, which was kind of the desired effect. But yeah, Skytown is probably the thing that I am most proud of that I have built so far. So if you don't like it, that's fine. You know, just trample my dreams, crush my hopes and stuff. But pretty chuffed with how this came out. I think Silver Turin's popped an Easter egg somewhere along with that one up there. There you see that. That's a UFO. That is. That doesn't count. That's not part of the project. That's just something I did for a laugh. I know Silver Turin's popped something in somewhere, but I can't quite see it right now. Oh, there it is. There we go. Right, let's go have a look at this while we're here. Nice shot of the orange lighthouse. That was something I added in a bit later as well. We got a nice fake island there. A subtle mockery, yet somehow fairly artistic, that I wrote. I'll remove this monstrosity later, promise, Turin. Yeah, she didn't remove it whatsoever. So we'll move on again quickly. Let's have a little scout around. Not sure what that's going to be. That's something that I think Ziklag is taking care of, so we'll ignore that for now. Over here we've got the swamp, which I did absolutely nothing on, so congratulations, Ziklag. What I did do, however, is I took a step back right to the roots of when I first started helping out on the project, and you may remember the elven tree, which we'll cover in a minute, but for now we've got this little watchtower because the elves had a fight with the swamp people and the elves won. So I built them a watchtower to symbolise their victory, and now they can watch over the swamp. And that's pretty much it. It was nice to take a step back and have another crack at elven building, because I had a lot of fun building this tree. This tree actually only took me 4 days, but I worked on it for about 8 hours a day, and I was messing around with blocks, and it took me a while. I'm still not 100% happy with it. Like, I love the pods, like the fact that they live in the tree and stuff. That's brilliant, and I love the little Easter egg underneath the tree, which, if you remember, there's a Oink Therion, the elven pig, is like about a mile underground down there. But yeah, I'm generally happy with the tree. I wish I could have done the top half a little bit better, but if I ever get the time, I might go back and fix it up and spruce it up, if you pardon the pun. So lastly, we're on to the purples. Now, the purples I have very little to do with. What I did is, if you wait for this to load, if you see this nice tower down here which slightly resembles a penis, that was my creation. This is where the evil wizards like to practice their magics. And if you remember, a while back I did a little speed video of showing the building process of this. It was a fairly simple build, quite enjoyed it. Just my way of keeping a little bit of something to do, helping out up the Vale and Ziklag with the purples. I think we've got one little thing left to show you, which I had quite a big part in, and that would be the dwarves. I'm pretty sure we can get into the dwarves through the back of here. Now this is where it's going to have a secret door, and I don't know about it, isn't it? There we go. No, oh no, there we go. It's here. Right, excellent. So we're going to have a quick scout into the dwarves, and then we're going to show you what I'm working on. So we've got the nice moving things there. That's pretty cool. We can walk straight through. Now, I did, my work on the dwarves goes as far as doing the additional little blocks here and there. I did some of these rooms. I've still got these 2 little rooms here to fill out. We're still waiting for ideas of what you want these 2 rooms to be. So if you've got any idea for the dwarves, just leave me a comment down below saying, Verlaine, those 2 rooms in the dwarves, I want them to be this and this. And I'll take it on board and I'll read it, because I love reading the comments. I built this forge, the Great Dwarven Forge. This is my creation. Pretty chuffed with it. It's just a small little build, but that's something I did for the dwarves there. So, moving on. Since we've covered a lot of the architecture types, we've got desert, trading, sort of Arabic style, Egyptian styles going on there. We've got Greeks for the Skytown, elves. We're going to go over and show you what I'm working on for the final part. Well, not the final part, but one of the final parts of my influence here. I'm running out of civilizations to work on, so if you guys keep giving me ideas. Now, if you remember, there's a little island over here where I've written Verlaine in the ice. Ignore that as well. That was me having a dick around. You remember this snow island. Now, this was built by someone outside of the project, and me and Ziklag, we were talking, and we were looking at it, and we were going, it's alright. It served its purpose as bringing the pinks into the Clay Soldier Civilization project, but it kind of doesn't have a theme. They're basically snow people that worship a big snowman, and they have snow golems, and they live in igloos, and I don't know, they don't seem like a particularly influential race, and pink is quite an important colour, right? Because it's, you know, it's a manly colour, it's good, it's a nice colour. So we figured what we'll do, or I figured what I'll do, because I did this without asking Ziklag. I just started doing it, and he was like, yeah, you know what, you can carry on with it. So what I've done is I've started to build our very first Viking civilization. So what we've got down here, this is just a simple Viking house. I took the design from following a guide. It was basically sort of just like a little tutorial on how to do Viking architecture. I then proceeded to butcher it horribly, couldn't do it, so I went with this and came up with this on my own, sort of a mix between what the guide said and what I thought looked good. So that's what I've got, and then from there I've basically threw the guide in the bin, and I've started to do it on by myself, and I've done this as well. So I'll explain what these are. This one here, this is just a simple Viking house. It's got like the pointy bits, the wooden bits sticking out the top. If you think Skyrim, that's kind of what I'm going for, you know, like Nordic architecture. Got hay roofs. Now, I know hay looks a bit naff in classic Minecraft, but if you've got a texture pack on, this actually tends to look quite nice. It doesn't have these big red lines on it. It kind of looks more like a thatched roof, which is what I was going for. So if you ever get onto this map and you have a texture pack, you'll see the design in its full glory. I don't have mine installed right now because I just can't be bothered messing around with Minecraft. It confuses me sometimes. We've got the pink windows because if you follow any of my builds, I like to colour theme the civilizations with the windows. So let's have a little look inside. We've got a nice pink carpet, we've got a bed, we've got a nice little forge there, or a cooking utensil, a stove, paintings, got bookshelves on the walls. Got a little Verlaine head there because that's something I like to do. I like to stick little Verlaine heads around everywhere. So, yep, it's just a nice basic little house. We'll do one more sweet round and then I'll explain what this little building is, and then I'll tell you where the project is going, and then I'll let you go and enjoy the rest of your lives until the next video. So what we've got this now is a small little fishing hut. This is where they're going to come do some ice fishing. So basically, you know, they'll come down. When the path's finished, it'll go up here, and I'll tell you what's coming up there in a second. But for now, we've got a fishing hut. This is basically where they're going to come in, and the little clay soldier's going to stand on the edge with little fishing rods and catch us some fish. And that'll probably be their main method of trade. They don't actually have any boats. I'm trying to decide if I want to put some Viking longboats in, or if I just want them to have like the ability just to walk across the ice and go and trade. What I'm asking you guys is ideas. Do you think I should build a little port with some longboats in it and maybe just get them sailing about? Do you think I should have them just stuck on this island and they're sort of isolated, they don't want to talk to everyone? Leave me some comments down below. Tell me what kind of things you want to see, because I'm going to explain very quickly for the end of the video my ideas for what I'm going to do to this. You tell me if you think it's a good idea, and I'll take all your ideas on board as well as my own, and I'll come up with something that I think looks good. So we've got a little house and we've got our fishing shack. Up here is going to be a path, and I'm thinking about building a tower here, sort of another. I'm a big fan of guard towers, so we'll probably have a guard tower or a watchtower of some kind. There'll be fire on it, there'll be sort of wood, stone, you know, very similar to the architecture shown here. We're going to have a nice tower there. We'll get rid of this igloo. We don't need this igloo here. Look at this one. What is it really? We don't need that. This bridge, I'm going to replace it. I'm going to make it look more grand. I'm going to make it look better, basically. I'm going to have sort of crossing over like it is now, just a little bit more interesting, because this thing's made out of snow, and snow's not particularly well known as a strong building material. You've got marble being held up by snow and thin air. No. We're going to fix that. We're going to make that bigger. We're going to make that better, and we're going to do something great to this island. The trees, I'm thinking about maybe adding a few more trees for like a natural effect. I might move them a little bit. I might take them out and replant them somewhere else. But for now, I'm thinking more trees wouldn't be a bad thing. So for now, I might move these ones here, because what I'm going to do here is I'm going to knock this thing out. Because what's this? Let's have a look. It's nothing. Right. It goes down to the underground bit. We're going to scrap the underground bit. We don't need it. It's full of snow golems and they just ruin everything. So we're going to get rid of that. We might do something else. We might add like a burial site under there or something. But right now, where this is going to be the Great Hall, or the Long Hall. And it's going to be a big hall that comes out here in an architectural style. It's going to hang over this bit here, which I'm going to do something with. We're going to get rid of this snowman, because the snowman's a bit... I don't know. You can, if you want to call it cute, you can call it cute, but we're going for Vikings. Vikings don't need a snowman with a scarf on it, so we'll get rid of that. Just knock that all down. And then over here we'll have some more houses. We're going to build a blacksmith. We're going to have more houses down here, fishing huts, things hanging off the side. It'll look like a nice big Viking settlement, but for now, this is only stage 1, and this is all I've built so far. I'm going to go over the build process, possibly in stage 2. If you want to see how I build one of these houses, or how one of these fishing huts gets built, I'll talk you through it. If you're not that interested and you just want to see it progressing, that's fine too. We'll sort something out. But until then, guys, my name is Verlaine. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, and get subscribed to 404 Games Not Found, because I'll be working on this and other stuff in the future. So, again, thank you. See you later.